Hello race fans, sim fans, RC fans, Racing 393. Before I start, I think I might have made a bit of an error. When it goes to VRC, Virtual Racing Cars, as this is, it's a mod from there. I was under the impression that the open wheel cars that I had on the previous videos, they're called the Formula North American, and they had like a year. 2012 was one of them, and 2021, and I did a comparison video. I eluded myself that I identified these cars as perhaps fake Indy cars, which is what I thought they were. Well, it looks like it's a real formula. I find that hard to believe. But apparently they run from... Well, they do run all over, but not under the IndyCar banner. Kart, or whatever it's called now. It's called now. Yeah, so I'm now going to do a video on some prototypes. I'm going to compare this one. Cadenza. It's a Polaris powered V8. Again, I thought for a minute, I don't know a huge amount about anything by the sounds of it, about these. And after reading up, these are actual race teams that raced in the 6 hours of Spa. I'm pretty sure it might have done the Daytona 24 at some point, but this particular car the team only ran from about 2000 to 2002, and like I said, it's V8 powered, open top, Polaris engine, and that says Cadenza. So it is a purpose-built prototype for endurance racing. And what we're going to do is take this particular car around Daytona. It's not a particularly up-to-date Daytona track, if I'm honest. It's just one that was, I don't know if it was with Assetto Corsa or I might have downloaded it. But it's the 24-hour layout, nevertheless. We'll have a drive round in this, take it round. The usual layout of video that I do. A few laps, a quick lap if I can without crashing, and then a replay, and a bit of a summary at the end. Quite like prototype cars in a weird way. I wouldn't say I'm a endurance fan, but there's something about this type of prototype that I like. But anywho, right, let's let me get in on track. Here's the car in the pits. Yeah, it looks right, doesn't it? It's got quite a nice shape. Open top. A little bit like an F1 car, pretty much like an F1 car with a body. So let's get in. Usual thing here, without shouting, look down. It's alright. Got to look down like that. Seatbelts. My eyes go funny. Great for VR. Okay, let's do a couple of sort of outlaps, and then we'll do a quicker lap. Initial thoughts. Well, tyres are cold. It doesn't sound like a V8. Not from here. No grip at all. weren't even going then. Through the banking. Sparks. Must be running very low. I would say even at this early stage it doesn't seem to want to have any front end feel. It's a bit wishy-washy. Turn 1 of Daytona, I think, is one of the hardest turns in motorsport. So that's just like, I won't go in that quick, but it's just washing out. There's not much to do on this part of the track other than pin it. But it's running low. It's got good force feedback on the wheel through the corner. It's only 6 speed. Don't know, is it getting better now the tyres are warming up? I think maybe. So we'll try a little bit quicker. I've got a shout.
That lap time was 1:47.70. Sector 3 times quick.
It's alright, it's not real. So let's give it another go. Another lap at Daytona. Turn 1, yep. It's difficult. So braking in a straight line is super important anyway, more so with this car. Change gear. It washes out very easily, front and rear. Hardly got any grip. It's quite hard to drive on the limit. It's very bumpy on these turns. I'm trying to push quite hard without going off. Turn 3 and 4 of Daytona Oval. Lots of bumps and sparks. Down to turn 1.
That lap time was 1:43.67. That's your best lap in this session.
Well, let's check the replay out and I'll give you my thoughts. So here's the lap. I mean, it sounds out this. That sounds really good. It's a bit of a handful. But it's you can sort of hear the sounds of the engine and then understand why it's so bloody difficult to drive. That sounds really good. I like that. I'm not even talking. But the car's quite difficult. Let me just slow it down a minute. There we go. Slowed it down. It's going to look quite ridiculous with the sparks coming out. Don't know. It might just be a thing. I think it's too many sparks. It's probably either an effect on Soul or something which you can turn down, or maybe the car is running too low on the front end. So overall, the car's very twitchy. In fact, when you go out car and you can get the sound of the engine and you can see the car's attitude, like there, you can kind of understand why it's quite a difficult car to drive. Bear in mind, I suppose, 2000 and 2002, the technology's nowhere near what it is now. I'm not sure how successful this car was, only running for 2 years. But I know the Polaris engine, the V8, is a particularly potent motor. The aerodynamics on this particular car are not groundbreaking by any stretch. Got a few winglets on it, and the wing, it's got a bit of a sleeky back end on it. But apart from that, you know, it's like a shaved or chamfered brick. There's not much to it. It looks good. It sounds good. There's the sort of the sparks. It's off that front corner. Pretty sure that's they're a bit too much, aren't they? Yeah, even the wing is super. You can make that, couldn't you? Out of Lego, even. So I suppose it's winding back the time a little bit. I mean, these cars were quite difficult to drive in these days. Lots of power and not as much grip. I'd like to think that's kind of what's being replicated here. Incidentally, this particular mod is also sponsored by Next Level Racing. And if you know your sim racing equipment, you'll know who Next Level Racing are. Sim Level Racing? So yes, Next Level Racing. Again, Next Level Racing. I've got a few of that bits and pieces. So yeah, that's good of them to do that. Yeah, what do I think? It's an enjoyable car. It does tend to handle better the warmer the tyres get. It's got some good effects on the car with the exhaust again. The lights are on because I think they're on by automatic. I could have turned those off, but I didn't think of it. The track is very basic. It's a very old rendition of Daytona anyway. You can see that by the advertising hoardings and the Daytona banner or sign above the main grandstand. I've been lucky enough to have been to Daytona to watch the Daytona 500 about 4 times. Yeah, it's absolutely beyond what you think it will be. Even the fourth time I went, it still blew me away, and I knew what to expect by then. So yeah, what do I think? Yeah, if you like prototypes, are always fun, aren't they? This one sounds a lot better out car than it does in car. It is very difficult, I think, to drive at a fast level. You can see there, it's, I don't know, is that the front or the back? Side. Not sure there should be that much sparkage. But it is enjoyable. You can actually, like when you put your foot down on the throttle, you can feel the back end twitching, which I think is good. You know, look, it's got NASCAR Sprint. You know, that's how old that is. When was that? Ages ago. Anyway, I digress. So, yeah, like that. Any of the virtual racing cars, they're all at a top notch, like I said before. What I'm going to do now is we're going to compare this is a reasonably historic prototype, I guess, to something a little bit more modern, perhaps they are today. I'm pretty sure there's hybrid ones for all that kind of stuff, and there's that non-hybrid. So I'm going to sort this video out, and then I'm going to jump into a more modern prototype, and we'll compare the two. But anyway, that's enough of this video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.